Today on Tour with GC, we will be embarking on a voyage to Achaka Kingdom in Delta State, where we went to witness the traditional marriage of a couple. Stay with us as we go on this journey. The journey started when I got to the park around 6:05 a.m. and we all have to wait until the bus be full because none of the drivers can take the risk of taking a free transportation or taking an empty bus or an empty Sienna space bus, let me use that word, going to such a distance that takes hours. Here at the park of Delta Liners, this is where we took our bus, a space bus, let me use that word, as we embark in the journey. Now we left the park at exactly 8:05 a.m., exactly 2 hours after waiting at the park. And as we embark on the journey, we all started from the Lagos traffic, which was within just few distance from the park itself, going to along the Shagamu road. Now as we are moving, the journey continues as we are to turn. And remember, I will advise people that when you're traveling, don't ensure that you eat too much, because sometimes the heat in the bus can probably make you start having a running stomach, and there's nowhere they can park for you to say you want to ease yourself, because when it comes to a long distance journey like this, no roadside is to be trusted. You can choose to say this is actually a bush that we can park, but probably we don't know, maybe it's actually a hideout for some kind of road hijackers, kidnappers, or road robbers anyways. So we are back on a journey, but it's actually a long distance journey in which I know if I should show you the whole journey, we won't leave here until the next 13 to 15 hours. So I got to make it a short clip. Now we have left Lagos. Now we are at the border of Ogun State, whereby we are entering, we've surpassed Ogun State, let me start with, going closer to Ondo State, which will be the first stop that everyone will always have when you're embarking the journey to the east. Now we are at a stopover. The thing is actually a stopover actually. At this spot right here, the cause for the traffic is because we have some police officers at the roadside who mounted roadblocks to keep checking who are those who are traveling, because some people can choose to keep some harmful objects. They might carry some dangerous things in their cars, trying to transport it from one place to the other. That's why we're having the police officers mounting roadblocks to ensure that the journey is safe. Also as well, not only that alone, some people can choose to be kidnappers who kidnap people to take them to a different location. So now we are actually at a stopover. This is Okada at Ondo State, where we had our first stopover, and now the journey continues. Since I knew that the journey actually is going to be long, I had to take along with my bread and groundnut, and this was actually my first food for the day. Why do I have to take my bread and groundnut? Because I don't want to eat something that will make me start having stomach upset while we're traveling, or maybe I'll be the reason why we had to park so I can go into the bush to go ease myself. So the journey actually continues as we are back on the road. Now we are still on the same track, leaving Ore, Ondo State, heading now to the east. But one amazing thing about these journeys, I keep seeing nice landscape views of grasses, of field, of lands. Not until we got to this spot at Sapele Benin Road, where this heavy and I'll call it a discouraging traffic held us down. At that spot was where we have trucks, which actually had to block the entire road just because of the bad road along that route. Now journey continues as we move closer to Benin bypass area. at that spot, we are almost getting into the so-called Benin Kingdom. Now, as this journey continues, I want you to see this was when we got to Delta State. This is actually around the Warri area. Remember, I told you that we had to skip because we can't take the whole full shot, otherwise we will remain here for the next 9 to 15 hours. Now we are in Delta State already. We are already in Warri at the moment. But one thing I observe is right here in this place, there's something they call hospitality at the best. Unfortunately, we got to Isoko Park at night and I had to board bike from where I stopped at the park going to my major location. Now it's the next morning, the day of the major event, and we are out as we bought a tricycle moving from Ugheli going to Ozoro. Now we are at Ozoro to pick a bike which will take us actually from Ozoro going down to Achaka. But to my greatest surprise, the level of transportation on that side was quite on the high side. Imagine you bought a tricycle that is worth to be maybe like 100 naira over here in Lagos. They charged it for about 800 naira for one person. But the bike I took, actually, the bike had issues in which you can see right here now that they are trying to repair the bike so we can continue our journey. Damn, it was a stressful one for me. But you know, we can't just stay on this idle road without doing nothing. So now we are at Achaka. We are at the community where the traditional marriage is meant to be done. But you know, we need to eat. Getting to this particular food canteen was where they sold this small food for me for 700 naira for a plate. What a life. Still in the journey of the preparation of the event, we never knew that we had another guest coming in, as it was rumbling as the rain is trying to pay its own homage at this event. The prep actually is still ongoing, as even the bride herself had to come out to even support while working. But along the line, the unexpected actually happened, as rain finally came to show pay its own homage as an uninvited guest that was here to also bless the event, in which had to make them forfeit the canopies outside to do the traditional marriage inside the house. After the marriage, we had to embark ourselves back home, going back to Ugheli, where we actually launched for this voyage. Now, I observed something about the road. The road in Delta State, actually, they are nice roads, not hard. Even the place you never expect that they might be good roads, like within the streets. Places we call villages, actually, they are having good roads. So now we are done with the event, and now we are heading back to Lagos. Here are we taking our space bus from Isoko bus stop or Isoko Park, heading to Lagos. Now we have bypassed some parts because we are intending not to take the same lane and traffic filled road at Sapele Benin Way. So we are taking a Benin bus trying to go through Benin. So from Benin, we'll pick another bus heading back to Lagos. But still yet, we still met these trucks that stuck the entire road when they knew that the road was bad, but yet they got everybody stocked up. Now we are at Iyare Park, as we are here to board another bus heading back to Lagos. Now myself and my daughter, we are at the Okada stopover, in which at this point I'm already having a low battery on my phone. So this probably will be like the last part whereby we have to record on this voyage.